Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Johnson here. I hope you are all having a wonderful week. We are going to get started with our first grade ELA. First, I want to show you what we're going to be working on. So give me 1 second. I'm pulled up on the wrong screen. Okay. How are you guys doing with ELA so far? Do you feel like you guys are learning a lot? Some things are still kind of tricky. Feeling good about it? Okay, that's good. Well, we're going to go over some new stuff, some old stuff, and let me go ahead and show you what we're up to today. Okay, so first we are going to do some blending and segmenting, which we have done in the past with our finger tapping. Then we're going to learn some new tricky words today. Then we're going to do a review of some punctuation marks. Then we're going to review some grammar rules, and then we're going to do a quick little story time if we have time. So let's get started. Okay. So first, what we're doing is blending and segmenting. So what we're going to do is I'm going to blend out a word or sound out a word, and you're going to blend it and tell me what word it is, okay? So it starts with 3. So it'll be ch-ack, j-ack, jack. Very good. Now the next one is also 3, and it is b-ag. B-ag, bag. Very good. Here's our next one. N, N, hen. Very good. Okay. This next one is also 3, but it's a little tricky. Eed, eed, read. Like we read a book. Very good. Okay, our next one has 4, and it goes b-o-oom, b-o-oom, bloom, like a flower blooms. That one was a little tricky, but you guys are rocking it. Okay, here's our next one. Asked, asked, cast. Like when you break your arm, you have to get a cast, or if you break your leg. Yep, very good. Okay, here's our next one. Dusk, dusk, dusk. Like dusk is the part of our morning routine. So it's a time of day, dusk. And here's our last one. Left, left, left. Very good, you guys know. Okay, so here we are going to do our new tricky words. Okay, so you guys know the drill with tricky words. I'm going to write up on the board what the word is, and I want you to try and sound it out and tell me what you think this word sounds like, okay? So here's our first word. Okay, have you had a chance to sound it out? So you might have sounded it out like eh. That would be like eh. But that's not actually how it's pronounced. It's actually pronounced ear. As in, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you guys are here learning with me today. So the letter H is exactly how you would pronounce it. So this H sounds the same. Where it gets tricky is right in here, because this sounds like ear. So instead of E-R-E, it sounds like double E-R, ear, here, right? But it's spelled E-R-E instead of E-E-R. That's where it gets a little tricky. So when we're reading here, we have to remember to pronounce the letters E-R-E as ear. And when we're writing, we have to remember to pronounce ear or spell ear, E-R-E. Okay, I know that one's a tricky one. Okay, so our next tricky word is I want you to try and sound that out real quick. Okay, so this is pronounced the air, there. Like, he kicked the ball over there. This is another tricky thing, like here, because TH is exactly how you would expect. The, this TH, the. But then when we're pronouncing the ERE, it sounds a little bit like, I just had a brain tickle. The letters aren't pronounced like here up here, but they work together for this sound, the same sound as ER, as in where. So there, the air. That would be ER is how it sounds. ER for this sound. Okay, I know that was a little confusing, so I'm going to say it again. So our TH sounds exactly how you pronounce the. But when we're saying there, our ERE is spelled or sounds like ER, the air, there. So when we're reading it, we have to remember that it sounds like THER, there. But when we're spelling there, we have to remember that our ER sound is spelled ERE for there. Okay? All right. Let's move on to a review of punctuation marks. So I'm going to set up real quick. Okay. So first, what we're going to talk about is that there are special punctuation marks that we use when we want to indicate a person's exact words. So when we're quoting someone or when we're using someone's exact words, we use something called quotation marks. Can you say quotation marks? Very good. Okay, so a quotation mark looks like these guys. So I have a little bit of a rhyme / poem to help you remember. Quotation marks come 2 by 2. You use 2 before and 2 when you're through. Inside are words said by another, like, clean this messy room, said mother. So we used quotation marks to say, clean this messy room, because that's what mother said. So we put quotation marks at the end of what she said, and then we say, said by mother, or said mother. So whenever you're writing a sentence or when you're writing a story, you're going to say, like, for example, the book Cat in the Hat. Well, if we have Cat in the Hat, you're going to say, the cat said, and you'll put quotation marks. The cat said, quotation mark, you kids are silly, end quotation mark. Right? Okay. So I want to go over another thing about quotations. So when you're quoting someone, there's many ways to say said mother. So she said, mother said, clean this messy room. She said that. But another word for said could be yelled, shouted, shared, stated, asked, cried, or exclaimed. So when we have this situation, we could say, clean this messy room, yelled mother, because she could go, clean this messy room. Or if it's asked, it could change the sentence to, clean this messy room, said asked mother, or cried. So, clean this messy room, cried mother. Or you could use said, you could use the word shouted or shared or stated. Exclaimed would be excited. So, clean this messy room, exclaimed mother. So we can use many different words for said to explain what mother's description was like. So that is a good example of our quotation marks as well, because it will help you with writing out a quote. So I hope that made some sense to you. That is all we're going to do for quotation marks today. So remember, quotes are what somebody exactly said. So that will help you in the future, all right? Now we're gonna move on to our grammar section today. Okay, now we are going to talk about nouns. We've talked a little bit about this before, and maybe Mrs. Sophia has talked about it as well. So remember that we have been learning that nouns name people. So listen carefully to this next phrase and repeat it after me, okay? Say, Bob runs. Which word in this phrase names a person? Bob runs. That's right, Bob. So Bob is a person, and the word for a part of speech that names a person is a noun. So right here I have a little review of what a noun is. So a noun is a person. It could be a friend, an uncle, a mom, a teacher, a cousin. It could be an aunt, a boy, a sister, a doctor, a brother, a superhero, anything that's describing a person. But also a noun can be something that names something. So we've also been learning that nouns name things. So listen carefully to the next phrase and repeat it after me, okay? So this phrase is, truck unloads. Which word in this phrase names a thing? Truck unloads. That's right, the word truck is a thing, and the word for a part of speech that names a thing is a noun. Very good. So this brings me to this part of my little chart. So a noun can be naming a thing, a person, a thing too. So we could be talking about a cat, a hair clip, truck, clothes, pencil, a car, a dog, a backpack, a telephone, all those things. That can be a noun as well. Excuse me. So we've also been learning that nouns name places. So you're going to read the next phrase out loud after me. It'll be big library. And which word in this phrase names a place? Big library. That's right. The word library is a place. And the word for a part of speech that names a place is a noun. So a noun is a person, place, or thing. So for place, it could be a library, school, a store, a house, a restaurant, a pet store, a lab, and the mall, or even a carnival. So nouns are naming a person, a place, or a thing. I hope that helps you. I want you to listen carefully to the next phrases I say, and I want you to tell me the word that names a person, place, or thing. So therefore, it's a noun. So I want you to tell me what the noun is in each phrase. So our first phrase is girl trips. Girl trips. Which one is the noun? That's right, it's a girl, because a noun is a person, place, or thing, and girl is our noun for person. Whoops, I dropped my pencil. Now our next one is new hospital. New hospital. That's right, our noun is hospital because it is a place. Very good. Okay, our next one is small bird. Small bird. Which is our noun? That's right, a bird, because a bird is a thing. So that is our noun in our phrase. Very good. Okay, our next one is wet towel. Wet towel. Which one is our noun? Very good. Towel, because towel is a thing, which is a noun. Okay, here's the next one. Brother sings. Brother sings. Which one is the noun? The brother or that he sings? Brother, that's right, because it's a person. So that is one of our nouns. What about huge city? Huge city. City is our noun. Very good, because city is a place. Very good. Okay, how about tall dad? Tall dad. Dad is our noun. Very good, because dad is a person. So that's what our noun is describing. Very good. What about blue pencils? I even have a clue. Blue pencils. Which is our noun? Blue or pencils? Very good. Pencils is our noun because it's a thing. And I even had a little drawing for you. Very good. Okay, how about sunshine? Sunshine. Person, place, or thing for sunshine. Very good, sun, because sun is a thing, so that is our noun. Okay, and our last one is running dogs. Running dogs. Guys are so quick. Yes, dogs is our noun because it is a thing. Where's the dogs on his dog? See? Very good. You guys are just on top of it. Okay, we are going to do a little activity. So I want you to get out a pencil and a piece of paper, and I'll give you 1 second to go get that so you can pause here. Okay, now that you're back, I'm going to say 8 words, and each word will have 3 sounds. So I want you to write each word that I say. For each word that I say, I'm going to hold up 1 finger for each sound. So I'm going to ask you to count the sounds and then draw a line on your paper for each sound that you hear. So for example, the word mom would have 3 lines drawn on the paper. So I'll show you on my paper. So the word is mom, so you draw 1, 2, 3 lines for the sound. Okay? And once you've drawn a line for each sound, you're going to write what word spelling on the line. So what you think mom is spelled like on the line. So you'd go, mom, right? Okay. So then I want you to read the word back to me or someone that's with you as you're doing this lesson, all right? Okay, so here's the first word, dad, dad. So I'm gonna hold up the finger or the number of sounds I hear, and I want you to write the lines for how many fingers I hold up. Dad. Do you have your lines? It should look like this. Very good. Now we're going to spell dad on our lines. Sound it out. D-A-D. Does it look like this? Very good. Okay, our next one is it. It. Fit. So we have how many lines? 3. That's right. Okay. So I want you to spell out fit now. It. It. Does it look like this? Right here? Very good, you guys. Okay, here's our next one. Pen. Pen. N. Draw your line. Okay, let's spell it out. N. Does it look like this? Pen. Very good. All right, here's our next one. This one is in. In. Win. So I want you to write how many lines. Good job. Okay, let's spell it out. Win. And it should look like this. Very good. Okay, here's our next one. Chop. 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 Okay, so we're gonna spell it out. How many do I have? Okay, it should look like this one. Chop. Chop. So even though the ch sound, the CH sounds together, when we sound it out, it's spelled with 2 letters. So we have to do 2 lines for it, okay? So chop, chop. All right, 2 more, let's go. This next one is not. Not. Okay, now I want you to spell it out. Not. Not. It should look like this one. Very good. Okay, here's our last one. Rush. 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 Now let's try and spell it. Remember tricky words we've learned about. Okay, let's try it. Rush, this bottom one. It has 4 because remember SH, the sh sound, is 2 letters. So we got to put 2 for that, just like the chop. Rush. Very good, boys and girls. You guys are doing amazing. Okay. Now we are going to read a story from a snapshot real fast, and that will be the end of our lesson. So let's get through our reading and I'll ask some questions and then we will move on with our days. So hold on 1 second. Okay, so remember our snapshot has pictures of our book, and that is not the book. There's the book. Okay, so this one is called The Bus Stop. Dot led us to a bus stop. At the bus stop, there was a thrush. Nat held up his hand, and the thrush was all set to land on his hand. But then Dot said, Nat, stop that. Nat let his hand drop. So a thrush is this bird over here. At the bus stop, Nat said, Beth, this is the best bus. I said, why? Is it fast? No, Nat said, it is not that fast. Then why is it the best? Just then, Nat said, there it is. It was a big red bus with a top deck. Okay, we're going to stop there. And I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay. So, where are Nat, Beth, and their moms in this story? Remember, we've kind of been piecing this story together for a while now. So, where are they? Are they in America? No, they're in the UK. Very good, great memory. And they're at where are they at in this story? Where are they sitting at? A bus stop. Very good. Okay. And what animal is at the bus stop that the little boy tried to get on his hand that we just learned about today? A thrush. A thrush is at the bus stop. That's right. And why does Nat say that the bus they will be riding in is the best bus? What makes it the best bus? Yeah, it has an upstairs, which is kind of called a top deck. Very good. And I want you to describe the bus. How is it different from a bus in the United States? Are the colors the same as our buses? No, because what color is the bus in the UK? It's red, right. And do we have top decks in our buses? No. So what makes it different from the United States is it's red and it has a top deck. Very good. And why might a bus have a top deck? There's no really wrong answer, so shout them out. So you can go sightseeing, so you don't feel claustrophobic, or you want to have some fresh air on the top deck. Yeah, there's lots of answers. Very good. Okay. So real quick, I want to show you the story one more time, because I want to show you how a quotation mark is used on this page when it pulls up, hopefully. Okay. So over here, if you can see, it has quotation marks and it says, Beth, this is the best bus. And it has the quotation marks at the end. But up here, before the quotation starts, it says, at the bus stop, Nat said, quotation mark, Beth, this is the best bus, end quotation mark. So see how you can use the said before you start your quotation, and you can also say it after, okay? Because over here it says quotation, no, not said. So we can use it in two different ways. I just wanted to show you guys that in an actual story so you could see how we use our quotation marks that we learned today. Okay, now we're going to go check our checklist and see if we did everything. So we did blending and segmenting. We did. Did we learn tricky words? We did. And what were our tricky words today? Good job. You guys have great memories. Here and there. Very good. And what punctuation mark did we learn today or review? Quotation marks. Very good. And grammar, we learned what a noun is. And what is a noun? A person, place, or thing. Very good. And then we did our reading time with our story, The Bus Stop. Very good. Okay, thank you so much, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed our lesson, and I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.